Hey everybody, this is Deontay from the Sports Affiliation, and welcome to the second episode of my new show on YouTube called The Big Blue Rain of Fire. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about this pregame matchup between my Giants and the Seahawks on Monday Night Football, which is tonight, by the way. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since we last talked, right? And last time we talked, Jesus Christ, we just got handed to by the Niners on on Thursday Night Football, which was last week, which felt like a long time ago, right? Now we're here and we are currently sitting at 1-2, and now we're gonna face off against a 2-1 Seahawks team that's looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty good. I mean, Kenneth Walker the third is a dog. Geno Smith is, Geno Smith. And then the combination of Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf has really been impressive for me to say the least. Jesus Christ. And now dealing with my Giants, right? I'm looking through the injury report, right? Andrew Thomas is out, which is going to be a crucial loss on the offense, especially on that offensive line. We really need him in this game. My goodness. And then Barkley is still a game time decision. I haven't really heard anything much other than that, but at the end of the day, I mean, I just hope that he plays. If not, then we're just gonna have to rely more so on Daniel Jones than anything. But one of the crucial things that I want to address is the run game. We have got to get the ball moving, and that starts with the run game. Last time, our run game was terrible. We only averaged, what, 29 rushing yards, which is not good at all. And yes, I understand that Saquon Barkley is out, but it's your job as a coordinator to make sure that the run game is established. And if the run game is not established, then everything gets shut down, right? Everything gets shut down. And Daniel Jones didn't look too good against the Niners in prime time. He didn't look good at all. And honestly, I really can't fault him, even though as much criticism as we've given him over the last couple of weeks, I really can't fault him on this one. Not at all. Right? So who knows? Maybe this is the game that Daniel Jones can turn it around. Maybe this time the O line, even without Andrew Thomas, can hopefully keep him upright. Because what we gave up only 2 sacks against the Niners, and those sacks came from Nick Bosa and Javon Hargrave, two specially gifted defensive players, right? So hopefully, we can address this defensive line, right? Because this is going to be crucial. Not to mention that Jamal Adams is coming back. So I believe he is making his season debut tonight. And that's already going to be a problem for us, especially because um Seattle has that great secondary. You're talking about him, you're talking about Quandre Diggs, and you're talking about Tariq Woolen, who's gonna be problems for our receiving core. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully Jalen Hyatt can get more targets. Okay. Hopefully he can get more targets because 0 targets, which is, yep, I know y'all see this right here. It's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. And Jesus. Can we please find ways to get Darren Waller involved? All those drop passes don't. All those drop passes are not going to do anything for us. They're not. It's just a matter. It's just a matter of time before we really get the ball moving. It's really going to be that we need Darren Waller on this field. That man is too talented to, Jesus Christ, to have all those drop catches. It can't happen. So hopefully we find ways to get him involved. And that can't happen if we can't keep Daniel Jones upright for more than 2, 3 seconds. Like I said, we only gave up 2 sacks, but I don't know what this Seattle pass rush might do. Who knows? And as we all know, Daniel Jones is 1-11 when it comes to primetime games, right? However, this is a team sport. This is not an individual sport, right? So as much blame as we want to put on Daniel Jones, we can't do it. It can't happen. Not for tonight. I'm relatively optimistic about tonight. It's just the fact that this team has just not really lived up to the expectations that I've had so far. I mean, like I said, we're scrounging for last place right now. I mean, teams like the Eagles, who are one of the only two teams in the NFL that are undefeated besides the Niners, right? We're currently sitting below the Cowboys that are 2-1, who blew pretty much the the Patriots out of the water with their 38-3 win. And then you have the Commanders, who just lost to the aforementioned Eagles. It was a close game, I will say that. It was a close game. Washington tried to come back, but they just couldn't. Props. Hey, shout out to Washington, because if if Washington would beat these Eagles, it wouldn't be the first time that the Commanders would have ended a perfect season. So I gotta give props to the Commanders. They fought hard, but it's real tough knowing that we're sitting at 1-2. It's real tough. Now teams like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to say the Bears and the Panthers, they're winless, but to sit here at week 4 calling saying that we're better than the Jesus, the Bears and the Panthers, it's not really doing anything much. So hopefully we can come out to 500, and for us being 2-2, well, we'll still be last place, but as long as we can at least be 500, that would be spectacular, right? As for the play calling, we can't be conservative. We just can't. I feel like, Jesus Christ, I don't know what's going on, right? I feel like it's this. Hmm, I just want to see Daniel Jones being utilized more in the run game. I would really like to see that. It's kind of like, so I was watching a video today, and it was discussing about the Chicago Bears and not being able to utilize Justin Fields more as a runner, right? Because last year Justin Fields was probably the most efficient quarterback running the football. Like, Jesus Christ, he ran all over defenses last year, and now all of a sudden something has happened. Like, what's going on with Justin Fields? I don't understand. I feel like kind of the same thing is happening with Daniel Jones. It's just that, I would love to see him being utilized more as a runner, more so than anything, right? It's like that Justin Fields dilemma, right? Find ways to get the ball in Daniel Jones' hands, because Daniel Jones, as I've mentioned time and time after time again, he is sneaky athletic. He is sneaky athletic, right? And why can't we use his sneaky athleticism to our advantage sometimes, right? Sometimes he'll just sit back in the pocket, and then he'll go through his progressions, and then he can't really find anybody. And then at the first sign of trouble, as soon as he sees that open field, he'll take off. He'll take off. But I really feel like, with the way that this line is going, even without Andrew Thomas, he's gonna have to do more. He's gonna have to do more than just sit back in the pocket and just hoping for a receiver to get open, right? Which is why I say what I say, when Jalen Hyatt deserves more targets than anything. That kid is too freaking fast not to get targets. He is too talented not to get targets. And I will say this, as I said last week, when a teamers is getting more targets and catches than a, a receiver, that's a problem. That's an issue, right? It's not even that. It's just it's a running back. It's an issue. It's a problem. So hopefully we can get to see Jalen Hyatt in action. Oh, and hey, we also get Wandale Robinson. So Wandale Robinson is a huge plus for us, right? He can run routes as efficiently as he can run routes as efficiently as possible, right? And hopefully we can utilize him as well. But like I said, that's all going to depend on how good this line can hold up for the second week in a row without Andrew Thomas. And it's all going to depend on whether or not Daniel Jones decides to take that next step and to finally show, I wouldn't say finally show, but to show us why he's worth that $40 million a year contract, as criticize everybody loves to criticize that contract in this day and age, right? But hey, who who am I, right? I'm just a fan, right? I'm just a fan. I'm still holding on to the faith, even we didn't have the best start, right? I'm still holding on to the faith. We just have to find ways to keep the faith alive, and that's what we're gonna do tonight. Oh boy, oh boy. Mm-mm-mm. Wink. You have got to stop calling blitzes on every. You have got to stop calling blitzes on every down. There's no point. If, I mean, Jesus Christ, like we've have too much talent on that defense to just not stop third downs. And I feel like what's going to be crucial for this defense is the ability to stop third downs. Now, as I mentioned before, Seattle has a ton of weapons. Kenneth Walker, who we just talked about, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, who is a strong physical receiver. Not to mention that JSN will also be playing in this game, and he's a threat as a slot receiver as well. We have got to find ways to cover these dudes down the field, and we have got to figure out ways to get off the field on third downs, because what happened in that San Fran game can't happen tonight. It can't happen. If we let it happen, then we've already lost. We have to be able to maintain the line of scrimmage. We have to cover these guys long enough so that our front seven or our defensive line can break through their offensive line, and we can get a sack on Gino. Now, granted, Gino is not a Lamar Jackson or a Jalen Hurts or even a Justin Fields when it comes to athleticism, right? So that means we have got to find ways to get to Gino tonight. We have got to find ways to get to Gino tonight. It has to happen tonight. And moving forward, it has to happen. And the only way that happens if we cover these receivers long enough so that the defensive line can do their jobs, and vice versa, because it works both ways, right? As long as the defensive, as long as the defensive pass rush can get to the quarterback, that leaves. I mean, Jesus Christ! I mean, you're asking a corner, which is probably one of the hardest positions to play in football, besides being a quarterback, to cover these strong, fast, and slippery receivers, right? That's one of the hardest jobs in the world. And so as long as that defensive pass rush can get to the quarterback, you're saving these corners a whole lot of trouble, and vice versa. And that's just it is how it is, right? It is how it is. Oh Jesus, we're halfway there. But hi Bella, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the show right now. Oh, come on, no, come on, don't say that, Chris. Don't do that. We're not. I mean, come on, you gotta have at least some type of optimism. Come on now. I mean, they already have us predicting what that will. Well, that's what they're predicting, and by they I mean the analysts that go through these types of games on a pretty much daily basis, right? They pretty much have us losing by 3 to these guys, and according to ESPN, we have at least a 42.7% chance of winning. Hold on, let me double check. Oh, excuse me, 43.4%. So I was off by a bit. I mean, I'll take it. I mean, we always do better when we're the underdogs, right? So it is what it is. I mean, I mean, we may not be the most complete team, the most complete team in the world, but Jesus, we just gotta do something. And not to mention that the last time we faced Seattle, we thought they was gonna walk all over us, but I'm not gonna lie, like it was a dogfight. I mean, during halftime, we were up. No, we were down by 3 points. It was 10-7, and then it didn't start snowflaking until the fourth quarter. It was already like we were already down 7 points, and then Kenneth Walker had that huge touchdown run, and then that essentially ended the game. We lost 27-13, and I'm still kind of upset about it. So hopefully we get revenge on what happened last year. I mean, I just hope we just walk out of here with the W. That's what I'm hoping for. Now I understand that some Giants fans they don't want to watch the game. They feel like, oh, we're just gonna get destroyed on national television again. And like I said, that defeatist attitude. I mean, look, I understand why everybody's saying that, especially from our fan base. It's just that we've been through too much, so much so to the point where it's just like it's pretty much a breaking point at this at this moment in time, right? I mean, even when we were winning some games, there were some Giants fans that were just so pessimistic about everything. Oh well, we should have tanked this. Oh, we should have gotten him this, that, and the third in the draft. And to that, I say, what's wrong with you? Like, are you not happy that we're finally winning games? I mean, well, this is last year, Yes, I understand we're having a slow start, but Jesus Christ, it's only week 4. These are the first 4 weeks. I mean, we've had slow starts before, but we managed to finish. Like the season is not over. We still have what 12, 13 more weeks. I have a feeling that we're going to turn this around one way or the other. And even Bella agrees, and she's an Eagles fan. So, I mean, I'm just keeping the hope alive. I'm not coming in here with a defeatist attitude saying, "Oh, we're gonna get destroyed at home." This, that, and the third. I feel like every absolutely miracles can happen. I feel like every game is a new game, right? Not every. I understand that not every game is a given, right? This is the NFL and anything can happen. I mean, we just witnessed a game where the Bears were up 28-7, only for them to lose 31-28. I still can't get over how crazy that game was. As crazy as that was, the Broncos found a way to get their first win of the season. Anything can happen, right? So that's that. I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't know why we're always so contempt on throwing the towel after a bad loss. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, I was a victim of it too. Because after that first week, I was just ready to call it quits. I was just like, you know what? We got blown out on national television on Sunday Night Football. So I was upset. But yeah, Aaron, I agree. We do gotta get this. We do gotta get right this game, or else we're cooked for the next 4 weeks. Oh God, I don't even want to look at 4 weeks. Oh God, I feel like it's gonna be a doozy. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, let me. Like looking at the next 4 weeks, it's not gonna be pretty because I already know what's coming week 5. Week 5, we're gonna be facing the Dolphins at their house at Hard Rock Stadium. Good God Christ. How do we stop that potent offense? I don't know. Well, the Bills found a way to stop that offense, but here's the problem: we're not the Bills offense. We're the Giants. No, we're not the Bills defense. We're the Giants defense, right? So it's going to be a very tall task in stopping this offense. Kind of like what happened with us against the Niners. Like I said, it was going to be a tall task to stop the Niners offense. It was just those third downs that we just simply couldn't get off the field. Simple as that. But yeah, as I'm looking through the next 4 weeks, after the Seahawks tonight, we pretty much have another short week. Well, only a short week by a day. We face the Dolphins, like I said, and then we face the Bills. That's going to be another primetime game. And then we face the Commanders at home. And then we face the Jets at home as well. So who knows? But like I said, I'm taking this by week basis. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully tonight we can be 2-2. I know we can be 2-2. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's just simple as that. And for those of you who follow me on Twitter, I refuse to call it X. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. But Twitter, if you guys follow me on Twitter, then you guys know what I'm about. Right? Sometimes I say things out of anger. Sometimes I say things to get the crowd going. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's just how it is. But yes, no arm tackles tonight. But look, here's what I don't get about arm tackling. I just don't get it. Not at all. But yes, the Jets are indeed a home game. I absolutely. Yep. So the Jets are a home game, and that's going to be a 1 o'clock game. I was hoping that it would be like one of those 4:25 games, or at least another one of those primetime games. But Giants Jets at 1 o'clock, and that's going to be, I believe, that is week 8. Yes, it's week 8. So it's October 29th when we face them. Jets have Zach Wilson. And last night we saw a completely different Zach Wilson than what we saw than what we were accustomed to seeing. So it's gonna be a tough game for us nonetheless, because that Jets defense is just so it's just so talented. I'm not gonna lie. It's just talented all throughout. But we'll see what happens week 8. We just gotta get through these other we just gotta get through these other games first. Hopefully we're not sitting below 500 when it's our time to face the Jets, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, Aaron, these arm tackles need to stop. All right, so let me inform you about arm tackling, right? So say this is a player, right? And say this is the defense, right? So what arm tackling is, it's just basically using your arms just to kind of like make a tackle, right? Instead of just tackling with your body, right? There's a difference between tackling with your arms and tackling with your body. I'm just so tired of our defenders not using their bodies to tackle. Like, it's just so simple. You get paid millions of dollars to be professional athletes, and you still can't learn how to tackle properly. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. I'm not saying you can put me out on the field and I'll tackle, but at least I'll put in the effort to tackle, right? It's just it is what it is. You get paid millions of dollars and you still can't tackle with your body? Like, what's going on? But mm, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So hopefully there's no arm tackling tonight. And as the final 5 minutes of this show continue to dwindle down, let me just be the first to say that if the Giants do find a way to turn things around this season, because yes, I still have us going to the playoffs this season, right? I don't care what anybody thinks. We have all the time in the world to turn things around. As I mentioned before, the season's not over yet. I'm not waving the white flag of despair or anything like that. Anything of that nature. No, I'm not doing it. And I suggest that to every Giants fan that's in here watching, whether it be you guys follow me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever the case may be, just don't give up. Don't give up. It's not over yet. Okay. This is not. I mean, this is not week 17 or week 16 or week 8. Now, if it were weeks 10 through 15, then yes, I would be concerned. Or maybe even earlier than that. Maybe by like week 8 or week 9, if things don't change, then something has to change, right? People tend to misunderstand that yes, we did go to the playoffs last year, but let's face it, we overachieved last season. In recent regimes, we would have went 4-12 or 4-13, 5-12, whatever the case may be, but not this season. If this season there's no improvement, then I would deem this season as a total failure. But I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm not ready to do that yet, and neither should you. Okay, I'm seeing all throughout the Twitter timelines where it's just one side is still one side is still believing in the ones, and then the other side is not. We have to figure out a way to come together so that we can enjoy the season. I'm not gonna lie, there's been some good moments in the season, right? We came back, we came back from the Cardinals to win that game, and that was the biggest game, the biggest comeback in Giants history in over 99 years of Giants football. 99 years, and we're about to celebrate our 100 years next season or the season before that, because the Giants, as you guys know, were established in 1925. 1925. So that win meant something to me. I don't know what it meant for y'all, but it did mean something to me. So we just have to. So like I said, this all depends on the direction that of where we're going has to depend from now until the end of the season. We have got to find ways to turn this around so that we can be we I just want this team to be great. Okay? I want this team to be great, and so can y'all. Please try to keep the faith. And hopefully Barkley does play in this game. If he does come back, then it's gonna be a great boost to our offense. If he doesn't come back, then we'll just have to do the best that we can against this formidable Seattle Seahawks team that has a Jamal Adams coming back. And that's just it. That's just it. We can be a fiercely competitive team. We just have to be able to put in the effort and not give up so early in the game. So many times where I'm seeing the Giants and we just give up, and we can't give up here. Not in this game, not in the first quarter, not in the second quarter. It is what it is. And right now I'm getting reports. Thank you, Bella. I'm getting reports that Saquon is officially inactive. So unfortunately, it is what it is. Like I said, I can't rush him. I can't rush him back. We can't rush him back early because if we rush him back too early, then he's not going to be able to get a chance to get 100% healthy. Aaron, I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it. Get him 110% healthy. I agree. Like I said, Barkley is now out, so we're just gonna have to see what we can do. We're just gonna see. But yes, Bella, to close this out, yes, Bella, I do believe that our fans should stick together and to support this team. Because if we are at odds with each other, if we can't learn how to support this team as a whole, then how are we gonna support this team in general? So it is what it is. But like I said, I'm very excited for tonight's game, and I can't wait to I can't wait to watch it with all of you guys. So I mean, we're gonna win. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna win. If I'm right, I'm right. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And that's that. And as always, guys, I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yes, I understand that it's a very short show, but I mean, I really just wanted to I just really wanted to, get all my feelings out there on how I feel about the Giants and this game and moving forward and things of that nature. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. And please be sure to subscribe to the Sports Affiliation right here on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And I will leave a link in that in the description. Oh, and one more thing. Please don't forget to watch all of our other content creators in the sports affiliation because I do believe a good friend of mine, Iggy, he is also doing a game show right here on YouTube as well. So please don't forget to check it out. Don't forget to check it out. Oh, it's going on at 7:30. So please don't forget to check it out. And please also subscribe to us or well follow us on Twitter as well at the Sports Affiliate. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming and you guys do not want to miss out on it. So like I said, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. And I will see all of you guys next week. With that being said, take care, guys, and thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Big Blue Rain of Fire, starring yours personally. Thank you guys so much, and hopefully I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.